A certain amount of pressure in life helps us to perform at our best, but too much pressure can result in people being overstressed, which can bring on all sorts of health issues. The number of people suffering from stress is increasing year on year. People are working longer hours, processing more information, and sleeping less. The stresses in our life aren't going away. If anything, they're increasing. Many of us are looking for better ways to manage the stress we feel, but there's no magic fix. In the course introduction video, I outlined how the 5 dimensions of well-being form our resilience tank, our capacity to manage stress. And whilst we can focus on each dimension independently, they're all interrelated. For example, if my mental well-being is low, then I may resort to comfort eating and struggle with motivation for exercise, which will adversely affect my physical well-being. Conversely, the endorphins that get released when I exercise can help my mental well-being. We need to invest time in activities that will help us grow in each of the dimensions of well-being. And page 3 of the workbook gives the definitions for each of the dimensions that we'll be using on the course. I'm not going to go through all of them on this video, but I suggest that you take a moment to read through them and then think about the sorts of practices that might help people grow in each of those dimensions. You might want to write these in your workbook or note them in the comments below the video. When we think about it, we know these things, we know what to do. We've tried things that can help with our well-being in each of these areas, but we rarely stick with them. I mean, I have a dodgy back, and every so often it goes, and I'm in a lot of pain. I know the exercises I need to do to strengthen my back, but I rarely do them. That is, until the next time it goes. Why is that? Why do we struggle to do the things that we know can help us? We might read books and articles on well-being or go on courses to help manage stress, but why don't we do the things we know can help? The good news is that we're not on our own, and there's nothing new in this. However, there is a concept that can help us make lasting change, something that can help us really learn from life's experiences. It was developed by Mike Breen, and it's called the Learning Circle. In Greek, there are 2 different words for time. There are the word chronos and kairos. Chronos refers to the passing of time, and kairos refers to a significant moment in time. As we journey through life chronos, we encounter significant moments or events, kairos. It could be a light bulb moment when we hear something or read something, or maybe the first encounter with a new friend, or the death of someone that we love that makes us realize just how precious life is, or maybe a sudden change in our health as we age. These are all kairos moments, and they can all be learning opportunities. However, if we're going to learn from these kairos moments, then we have to notice them and choose to learn from them. Mostly in life, we just carry on living as we always have, and nothing changes. My back goes again, and I think I really must remember to do my exercises more regularly, but nothing changes. If we're going to learn from a kairos moment, then we need to firstly notice that there has been one. We observe the event or the light bulb moment and notice it for what it was. Wow, that was a profound statement, or that really upset me, etc. Secondly, we reflect on that moment, write it down, and think about why it's significant. Thirdly, discuss our thoughts with people that we trust. Fourthly, plan what we're going to do differently going forward. Fifthly, share our plans with people we trust and ask them to hold us accountable. And finally, we put those plans into action and carry on with our lives. But we carry on in a different way because we've taken the time to learn from the kairos moment. Most of the significant things that will have shaped our lives will have involved us following a pattern like this. And understanding it can help us be deliberate or intentional in using it to cement learning. The bottom of page 4 in the workbook outlines how we can use the circle model to help us be intentional in learning ways to improve our well-being on this course. You might say that all sounds great in theory, but I don't have the time to spend on this. Well, we'll look at how we use our time in day 4 of this week. But in the meantime, just remember that on average, people spend nearly 5 hours a day on their phones, and that's mostly browsing social media and checking the news. I invite you to invest 15 to 20 minutes of that time each day in learning ways to improve your well-being, manage stress, and build your resilience. But why is it that some people seem to cope far better with stress than others? Why can we sometimes feel overwhelmed by events when the time of maximum stress is actually over? Sometimes we've done the hard bit, we've made it through the crisis, and then suddenly we feel like we can't cope. Why is that? Well, we'll look at that tomorrow. I hope you can join us.